Game number 3. 5, 4, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the EU Season 3 Qualifiers here hosted by Riot EU. We are watching the Medroid stream and we're into game number 3. The ElobLade versus the Smutaha Premadeaha. I gotta say, first game, I kind of almost feel like ElobLade should have won it, but then the throws, the game of throws. But still, a very powerful poke comp coming out at the end. So what are we going to see for game number 3 here, Bird?
Probably the same thing. There's nothing really got banned off from that poke comp, and we'll see how Smutaha Premadeaha actually is going to respond to this ElobLade. Picking up the Olaf again. This is really good for ElobLade in general, going into the next extra round of this, where seeding is going to really matter. ElobLade kind of gets to go off scot-free without actually showing out anything, because literally they're playing the same kind of champions. And FourCourtJester is going to be shot out as like a fan pick, because literally he hasn't really been playing anything out of his little style. And yeah, we'll see how if ElobLade can make it through. This is all in turn the same thing for Smutaha Premadeaha. They've been playing everything and anything, but they've actually been playing pretty much the same champions as well. Again, Shinjo is going to be picked up for Smutaha, and Z-Fruit's going to pick up a Lulu as well. So this Lulu pick, I don't think the other game, truthfully game 2, but game 1, it changed the matter and everything of that game output. So we'll see if Smutaha can get some good stuff with this Lulu. Yet again, that Z-Fruit's going to be playing.
Oh, that Z-Fruit. Been doing some good work on that support, but going back to that standard Lulu, I find it funny how we didn't have an Ezreal ban last round, gets picked, goes absolute huge, gets banned again third game.
I guess Ezreal is, well, he's just a really safe ADC. You can't really counter against him. There's no big inning counter or anything like that, so that's just unfortunate. We're going to see Caitlyn going to be picked up with a Zyra this time. So, not Freeland, Lord. ElobLade was actually running the same comp as they did for game 1, and then they switched up with the Nidalee. But they're going to be picking up that Caitlyn. They're pretty much running the same comp except for, that's where we're going to be a Zyra support with a Caitlyn, which is actually going to be interesting to see over this bottom lane.
I have to wonder if we're going to see another poke comp. I mean, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. We didn't really see any kind of bans against it other than just that extra Ezreal this round. I mean, Lee Sin, Twisted Fate, I think those have been 3 for 3 on these games. But Malphite Evelynn, we are not giving those back to the pre-made after that game number 1.
Yeah, definitely, and Evelynn is just not going to be something to play. Malphite wasn't really a big factor. It was just the Evelynn play and the Lulu play that really denied anything that FourCourtJester really could have done in that game 1 literally. And we have a Lux and a Jace actually being picked out, so at least they stopped one of the great little pokers, Jace, to be denied. And I'm expecting ElobLade probably to respond. If it is not going to be Olaf top, which I know Arena loves his Olaf right now, it's probably going to be either a Jax or a top lane that's going to be going against this Jace.
Yeah, taking away Jace and Lux, 2 really good long-range pokes away from FourCourtJester Lord and team. Probably one of their better ideas. But, you know, Lux mid, I have seen FourCourtJester Lord do some amazing things with that Lux mid. But we already did have that Nidalee kind of situated there, so it seems like a little bit of a reaction. You know, long-range spears versus the long-range light bindings and lasers, etc. We don't have that Ezreal, so the next longest range you could probably get is an Ashe, but yeah, you can't exactly put Ashe mid and expect to really do well at this level of play quite yet.
Yeah, and definitely not. And we do see a Caitlyn going to be picked up. Please like that incurb. Yes, it's going to be a Gangplank pick as well. Gangplank coming back into fruition in Season 3. There's been some interesting stuff, Shu8 and some other, Bishu has done AP Gangplank as well, but I don't think AP Gangplank is going to be on the order for this one.
Bank Plank, Tank Plank, Crit Plank. Which one do you think we'll see?
Probably Tank Plank, because the line isn't the strongest in the front. I mean, yeah, you're going to have Arena, but probably going to be building up to that Warmogs and such. Probably going to see a repeat of game 1, truthfully, but this time, instead of really Gangplank is going to give a little bit more utility to catch on to the team of Smutaha Premadeaha.
We got a call for Corky in the chat. Corky, not exactly somebody we really see in EU quite a bit. That's definitely more of a Korean and NA pickup. Graves definitely seems to fit the bill, though. I think we had Graves Lulu first game from them as well, and they did pretty good with it.
Yeah, Krychek actually did so well with that Graves, and on top of that, Z-Fruit did really well that Lulu. I don't know if they're going to go for 2v1, but then again, they could definitely go for 2v1 again. And I'm looking at the actual picks. The only differences from both teams from that game one, well, I think the support pick and everything for ElobLade is actually a lot different. The only difference for Smutaha is the Lux pick, but they have pretty much everything the same over onto that game one, except for the Jace pick as well. Sorry, the Malphite was banned out as well.
So it looks like some pretty decent teams being created here, as we will not have the Caitlyn Nunu, but it will be Caitlyn. Again, Zyra, very hard poke, a lot of extra damage can come out of her plants, but at the same time, Lulu, good contender for the best damaging complement to an ADC. So bot lane, I don't know, we do have that Jace, we do have Gangplank. I mean, both of them could technically 2v1. I'm interested to see which team is looking for the swap.
It's probably going to be the ElobLade side this time, just because they have the pokers, they have all the goodness with the Zyra, with the King, and with the Nidalee. And on top of that, Arena, although game 1 wasn't the greatest of loss per se, game 2 did show it off, and now game 3 is going to have a more upcoming show-off time for himself to play over in his Olaf play. On the other hand, Smutaha, we've seen him actually play Shin through all 3 matches. The only thing, or all 3 games. Only thing though, he's always been kind of behind. Aranea has been sticking around in jungle, usually being up about 2 or 3 levels per each game, and that might be a detriment that Aranea / ElobLade to actually notice. This could be a bad time for Smutaha. Again, I'm pretty sure ElobLade will actually go in and invade that jungle, and we're going to see if Premadeaha is actually going to be prepared to protect it this time.
Game number 1, we almost had that first blood due to an invade, and then I do think game number 2, we did get the first blood from the counter invade on ElobLade. Trying to remember, Aranea did go down first as that Olaf in game number 1 against Smutaha, and yeah, both of our junglers have been rocking the same jungle picks 3 games running. Wonder what would have happened if we actually had like an Olaf ban or a Xin ban. I really have to wonder.
I mean, Arena could pick it up anything, and Xin wasn't really, or Shin wasn't really a big difference in any of the games actually, truthfully. So, I mean, they're gonna let them have their fun with their own picks. I feel like, truthfully, in not this tournament, but the next few tournaments coming up to it, until Lulu is actually kind of nerfed even more so. Lulu is actually going to be one of those bans that could actually come up and play. That's like where, you know, Sono used to be banned out a lot, where Lulu is actually a really set-up high pick, and she could get banned out quite a bit in competitive play pretty soon.
I don't know, but maybe it's just me, but I cannot play a Lulu worth anything. It's just the whole picks mechanic just always throws me off. But 3 games running now, I think Z-Fruit has been rocking that heal on the support. A little bit more of an old school strat, but you know, barrier being introduced, both of our ADCs still rocking that, both of our top laners with teleport once more, and still with the flash and ghost on for Red and Lord. So, I mean, we've been seeing quite a few different smatterings of summoner combinations. I think this is probably the most diverse it's actually ever been.
I mean, truthfully, I mean, Smutaha and ElobLade are kind of running into the same kind of situation. They're trying to overplay each other, and whoever can throw out first can really win out the game. And Smutaha went out the first time, ElobLade went out the second time, although ElobLade had a pretty good OP comp that really helped out to push into the lane. We'll see if Smutaha can come out in the end, or if ElobLade can secure this for a round of 8.
Well, this is for all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen. Round of 8. They were saying something like in the stream that the round of 8 goes to Poland, but according to the schedule, they're supposed to play today. I'm not entirely too sure how that's all going to work out. Play today.
That's for seeding.
Oh, it's for seeding. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense then. So all 8 will go to Poland. It's just we are going to be playing those rounds for the seeding. Got it, Mr. Bird, Infomaster.
Yeah, I kind of picked that off from actually Metroid. So Metroid all you, man, all you. And then everything's all wrong, and then blame it on Metroid, guys. Blame it on Metroid.
It's all his fault.
Oh.
All his fault. All right, so we're gonna get game number 3 ready to go. Scoreboard should be ready to rock. But once again, 1-1 each side. ElobLade versus the Smutaha Premadeaha, the #1 EU team seed, actually getting pressured by a team from the EU East. Yes, get excited, guys. Get excited. This is our first game 3 that we actually get to cast one apiece. The FourCourtJester with me is the bird. Stream is the word. And honestly, what do you think for game number 3? Who do you think is going to take this?
ElobLade. I'm just gonna say it, ElobLade, because I mean, mechanically, ElobLade has been better. It's just one or two mistakes that, well, I don't want to blame anyone, but I mean, Lord does get caught out a few times, and Arena can really follow up as well. I mean, those are just the things that ElobLade has that are problems, but then again, they add better control of the jungle and better mechanics into actually discussing as well. So I mean, ElobLade's going to be there, and this is definitely theirs to lose. But for Smutaha and Premadeaha, they just have to capitalize on those mistakes. If they capitalize on the mistakes of ElobLade, I mean, it's just sad to see the #1 seed go, but that would be the way the #1 seed would go.
I'm more inclined to say that it will be ElobLade taking the game. I really do think they should have had #1, but Lord just the king of throws, man. He's on that throne of throws. It's just really kind of sad how that game #1 did go. I just feel that their mechanics are a little bit more solid, but at the same time, I mean, we haven't exactly seen a lot of rollover from the Premadeaha Smutaha. So a part of me wants to kind of cheer them on. Part of me wants to do that. We see that lane swap going on, but I think that we're actually going to have a double lane swap because we do have this invade going on. They are going to get noticed out by that ward, doing those golems first, just above them, and you just don't know. I can see them dancing at the top of my screen. Can't you hear them, guys? They're right there. But no, it's going to be that red steel for Arena. Here comes Smutaha and the top. He's going to be dropping really low, forcing out that ghost. So the steal will be a success and no first blood going down. Really good convergence there by the EU East team. And Kerp. Is Kerp our jungler? No, he's just taking blue.
Yes.
Because he has to 2v1. Actually, he thought he was going to 2v1, but now he's going to go one-on-one with blue against Jace and bot.
He actually has blue himself.
Oh, does he?
I don't understand it, but yeah, he took blue while he was just kind of waiting over there. Or I think Zin is actually going to take that blue, so that's going to be good for Shin. Those traps, if ever there's things that were detriments, I mean, the traps from Italy, the traps from Metal X / Caitlyn, those traps just not anything that Arena was actually supposed to be first blooded upon, and really, really good play from ElobLade over there. I mean, even though they knew that they were kind of getting singing, they still played it out pretty well, and they made sure that they could deny a buff from Shin, and Shin's now going to be down in levels again. We're going to see Arena probably be up about 2 levels within the next 3 to 4 minutes.
We got Zin actually coming down for the south, looking for that kill on top of Curb. We got Wait for it going in. Once again, we see the flash baseball bat to the back of the head. Curb going to get knocked out by the 3-town strike as well. Tower dive. Curb is actually going to grab not first blood, but first death. I kind of saw that he would get the first blood with the tower shots, but it was a good dodge on top of that hyper bullet, the hyper shot. But still, he will go down, but he will trade it for Smutaha, which means that we have lost the buffs on our jungler.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Curb actually going to go try to re-engage, and Arena actually coming in as well, missing that on both undertows. I think he has one more in him, and he's just going to third in. Yeah, pretty hard. Yeah, no problem. I mean, truthfully though, especially since Lux was rotating down, if he actually hit down it, if he tried to go upon that, that would have been probably a really bad deal for ElobLade. So really good stuff from Arena, again denying Smutaha as again, and definitely ElobLade is on that notion that they want to deny the Zin, and they're going to deny this Shin really, really well. Even though it did pick up that first kill, I mean, not having a blue buff, being really slow, it didn't deny that red buff. It's just really good stuff that you can do against any kind of jungler, but for Smutaha, I mean, it's just looking like that's what they're going to be playing on.
Erne in the spot, looking for the kill on top of Wait for it. We do not have that flash because he did use it to help get that first blood, and out goes that shot once more. Kerp and Erne just have to back on off out of this one. Now, usually with the lane swaps, we usually see a tower dying, within the next 5 minutes, before the 5-minute mark, but not so today because we do got both those ADCs top. Lord defeating that gank mid very skillfully, and it is going to be Kerp going back to town yet again. Does not have that teleport to get back in that quickly, so he is going to lose out a little bit of farm, and yeah, it is 29 creeps to the 12 for our two top laners.
And so looking like the top lane is going to be a little bit preoccupied by ElobLade with that crap. Kerp did actually pick up a kill, so he's going to be okay per se in gold. But yeah, Jace range harass, range everything, and then comes in melee and does some goodness. Smutaha actually getting denied down from the entangling roots, but we'll see if Dree can actually finish up the kill. No, they're just going to be backing away from Smutaha. They're going up to 3 ganks, going 1 for 3 on the ganks right now. I don't think that's actually a good deal. While Olaf is just going in the jungle saying, oh, well, there's a Blocks right over here. Seems pretty juicy.
Yeah, Lux is looking like a prime target, but she does get off that flash. Shield coming out as well, so she'll be okay. 1 for 1. I mean, we don't really see that many successful early ganks from this EU East team. I mean, we have seen it took us a long time to get that first blood in game number 1. I think it was like the 8 or 9 minute mark, not from lack of trying, but yeah, it just seems to be the way it is for our Xin. It's really hit or miss.
Yeah, I mean, if Xin can actually secure all these kills, it'd be great for him. Right now on the level 4 compared to the level 4 Erne, he's keeping up this time, so that's definitely a good thing for this game number 3. But if he does fall behind just a little bit, it's just not gonna be a good time. While on the other hand, Smutaha's Premadeaha's top lane, we'll lose that spot now. But Jace is doing really good, 48 to 26 on the kill score. Building up the Manamune as well as building up to the Mirror Mana. Is everybody building up this Manamune thing? Is that the new thing? It's like the hipster thing, I want to get in with block cleavers. Now I want to get in with the Manamune.
Hit or miss. Yeah, we actually had that Mirror Mana ready to go on that last game for Jace, so it's a pretty decent strategy. Looking in here, Kerp get 2-on-1. We got the Gangplank ultimate going down as well. Wait for it. Could be in a sticky situation. Does not have that flash and had already blown all the movement just to try to get in there for Kerp. So Orange is OP, and that's going to be a kill going to Gangplank. 2-1-0 right now. The only person actually to accrue any kills, and got a pause coming out.
Lagging from the Erne-ness, so Erne is going to stop. And yeah, okay, that's interesting. DDoSing your own teammate.
Yep, you'll never see it coming when I'm stabbing them in the back. Yeah.
Where's Ocelot when you need him? Oh wait, joking. Actually, isn't Ocelot SK's qualified for season 3 now?
I want to say yes, because they're not in the brackets, and if you typically think of a top 8 EU, usually SK is up there.
Well, it's also because because if you played in a season 2 and you got top 3,
yeah,
you're automatically right. Yeah,
I'm fairly sure that they already have that pass, just like M5, Fnatic, etc.
Yeah,
fairly sure Fnatic's already qualified, but they're just not going to be with Reckless.
I thought Fnatic isn't actually qualified because CLG, EU, M5, and SK were top 3. Oh.
You mean evil geniuses?
I actually going back onto that, they talked and said it's super not confirmed, but it's almost confirmed kind of thing. And
wait, super not confirmed and almost confirmed?
Yeah, exactly. They just don't want to announce it because technically EG hasn't actually announced it yet, so they go with that.
Yeah, well, EG is really known for announcements of announcements. They're probably making some kind of cheesy video to announce it, even though it's already been announced. But they had to announce that they're making an announcement because they're EG. So
yeah, I mean, that Huck and Idra thing, that's when I still remember that one. That was a pretty cute one overall in general. And yeah, 2-1 on the kill score right now for ElobLade to Smutaha, Premadeaha, and we do see another competitive toss.
Somebody's not having a good time here. Still lagging. Now it's metal. Oh god. This could be just what we need for a game number 3 where all the marbles are laid out onto the table. But alright, 2-1. Still a little bit more in favor of ElobLade, about 200 gold difference. No towers down, which as a game number 3, this is the first in the series because we've always had those lane swaps and that 5-minute first tower. Usually by 10 minutes we have 2 to 3 towers down across the map, but it's almost like it's standard this round. No early towers.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, both teams are at a really good standpoint, and the only way you really could take an advantage is if they can deny one member of either team. Like Aranea on the first game was the thing that they get denied from Smutaha, while Smutaha on game number 2 was the actual person that they denied for ElobLade. So if ElobLade can get somebody down, it's definitely one of those things where they can actually just push in for the win and it'll be no problem. But truthfully, both teams are pretty even in that sense from the standpoint, but the CS scores are looking otherwise, especially in that mid, 61 to 53 for ElobLade, just looking pretty strong with that in Italy yet again.
Yeah, both the mid and the top. Uh-oh. Okay, no, stream's good. Never mind. Both the mid and the top here from ElobLade are actually out CSing their counterparts, but the problem, however, is that Gangplank, he does have the 2 kills over top of his opponent, so I'm fairly sure if we had a look at the gold, it would be pretty even. But yeah, I mean, Jace has been able to just do so well so far against Kerp in terms of the last hits. He's got a 20 creep lead over top of him right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kerp is just gonna be gaining some gold passively with the average blade and getting more gold when he does crit with the parlay, and then on top of that get more gold from that. But overall, I feel like Kerp will be okay, especially with the 2 kills on top of it. But it's pretty even, or actually Kerp's up ahead just a little bit because, you know, somebody just answered your call to check out the gold.
Medroid, are you listening to us, bro? Because there's really good timing there. Yeah, so it is Kerp actually a little bit ahead with those 2 kills. So, you know, 20 creeps or 2 kills. Take the 2 kills there, ladies and gents, as he's now actually breaking 3K. Now, of course, you know, he is able to farm a little bit better in that bot lane because every time he does get a kill with a parlay on a creep, he gets that bonus gold. So a little bit of that is also going to factor into things.
Yeah, the bonus goes from the average blade, and on top of that, the parlay is really smart little thing from him. I don't know if he's going to be able to do the static shift. It's definitely not going to be built up as first item per se, but it's going to be a good item to be building up to. Probably going to be building into Ninja Tabi just to mitigate some of the damage that Jace is doing right now with that Shock Blast on top of the Acceleration Gate. But overall, Kerp probably not a good situation. Actually should be backing away from it, but we do see an engagement. Aranea come from the side, and everything, literally everything, hitting on target or missing, if you want to say, for Smutaha.
By hitting, we mean missing. But hey, is there a tower there? I don't think ElobLade actually knows because they go right through it. Getting that spear out, getting it chunked down. Wait for it just a little bit. But he will survive. And I don't know, it seemed like a little bit of a sloppy gank, but at the same time, they got the flash out of him, which means that he can't do those aggressive flashes that he likes to do. So I would say, you know, they traded an ultimate for it. So be it. But still, for that summoner, I mean, the ultimate will come up way before then.
Yeah, definitely. And this is kind of reminding me of game number 1, a very slow-paced game, but on top of it, as well, they're just not really taking advantages of each other. It's playing out just like game number 1 in the sense that, yeah, each team is kind of playing on edge, and each team will we'll see if anything will happen. Feeling like there's going to be another 30-40 minute game, and we'll see who will take the advantages. I mean, this is kind of feeling like solo queue as well in the sense that, well, whoever makes the least amount of mistakes will win out this game, and I really do believe that from either team, from ElobLade or onto Premadeaha.
Well, with only a 500 gold difference, I mean, oh wow, did he actually just solo that dragon?
Yeah, it's Zundao. You never know what Xin Zhao drews. He's like AP Xin.
Nice solo on that dragon with the wriggles.
Civ HD would love it, truthfully, and JRE is going to try to start up this engagement. A lot of discus shots again, but Zephyr is going to be taken down from it. Aranea are going to be picking up the kill, and we're going to see if the damage output is going to be enough for Graves to be there. Graves direct passive, but a double kill for Krychek. Yeah, you don't want to give 2 free kills pretty much to an 80 carry.
Yeah, feed the double kill to the ADC. I mean, when we had that interview yesterday with Phantom Lord, and in their game number 1, both the junglers ended up with double first bloods pretty much at the same time. They're like, thank God we didn't give it to the ADC. Unfortunately, this round, Graves going to go 2-0 in that exchange. Caitlyn will get out of that, but Stranglethorn could have been placed a little bit better. It only did catch out that Graves and then a whole bunch of minions, and then pretty much J-Re actually just bit the bucket at that point. Good Zyra passive aiming, but still was not enough. Wait for it, however, that's the more interesting part for me. He actually brought out with that teleport top lane.
Yeah, definitely, and wait for it. It's gonna fall back off from it pretty much, and he's able to be pushing up on this turret. We do see a little bit of a catch onto Lord, and Lord just gets back away. I mean, she doesn't have as many bushes, but she has the spears that go take 75% of their health usually every time, so that's pretty good. As a AP kind of damager, only on tier of the goddess.
Pretty good. Yeah, I gotta say these games are all just pretty good. Now, I'm looking at Kurt down south. I mean, so are you. Look at that static shiv.
Yeah, I didn't think he was actually going to build it up, and yeah, he built it up as the first item, which is really interesting to see. So the thing that Kurt is actually going to be doing, it's kind of the same way he was playing with this Shen. He says this split push all day, he's going to try to push up as much as he can, but with no towers actually being taken, I don't think that was the smartest idea, and now we do see the first turret down. ElobLade's bottom turret to be taken away. Smutaha, Premadeaha getting the first turret for the game is up now 2k gold.
Wow, 14-minute turret. Definitely very different from game number 1 and 2 where we had those 5-minute turrets. But look at Mataha. Crescent Sweep actually not going to be hitting, but with that 3 towns rush and the flash, he should be okay. Now, we also had the ping going down on top of our Lux, as she did get extremely low as well. So this could be some decent pressure mounting for the mid, but we also got to get a tower something soon here for ElobLade. I think they're a little bit more out of their comfort zone still with all these towers up, but without that Lux mid, it is only going to be Fruit, and Fruit eating that spear. Mataha also heading back to town. It should be their first tower, and down it goes, 3 for 3. And but you notice Pre-made up in gold a little bit ever since that double kill with Graves.
Well, that and on top of that, they still have another turret going down. We do see Metal Axe going to use Ace and Wall just defensively, just to make sure no one else comes into play. Krychek is actually in the area, but not going to actually come into play to actually fighting against this. I really hope this is not way for me going to try to engage on this. I don't think they should engage on this. They shouldn't be backing away from it, but kind of repeat. That's a little easier word. Game 2, where poke comp is going to be coming into play for ElobLade with the damage output is going to be really strong, and there's nothing else really the team of Smutaha Premadeaha can actually really do for this.
Well, they do have their counter poke. I mean, Lulu with picks. We also got the long range on Jace and Lux. So it shouldn't be nearly as one-sided as we saw in game number 2. That being said, I mean, we only got about 1,000 gold between the two teams during all that mid push. You know, Jace was able to take the top tower. Gangplank is still working away on that bottom, and it almost looks like Smutaha doesn't seem to care that there's a Gangplank just pushing and passively farming. And, you know, I asked you at the beginning of the game, tank plank or bank plank with a static shiv and that parlay and now just kind of solo farming. I'm almost inclined to say it's more of a bank plank.
Or crypt plank, which a lot of people are alluding to as well. I mean, there's a lot of things that are being built up really soon. The biggest thing, is, well, where we're going to actually see a push-up, or we're going to see this is going to be a bad time for Graves. Going to be chased around by Aranea. There we go, with the ultimate going down, and it's going to be Kerp going to be actually picking up the kill. With some extra gold is coming up from behind. We do see ElobLade coming out from the side of Fruit, does not want to go and try to finish up the kills over there. And unfortunately for not, ElobLade is going to be pushing up again on this turret. We do have ElobLade going to be able to actually push up over in that bottle first turret. And it should be going down. Like, yeah, Jason is coming down, Bazik's coming down, but Bazik's a little bit low. ElobLade could just toss it in a spear, say hello to the team, and say, oh, well, you're going to be super low. It's not going to be fun.
Getting a little bit super low. That tower is going to be dropping fairly soon. Still only 1,000 gold between us, though. So, 17 minutes in, looking at some of these items. Caitlyn has done a pretty decent job of leading the way with the creeps. Only has that 1 assist, hasn't died, but she does have that Infinity Edge even before the tier 2 boots. And this is a this is probably one of the only games we've seen Infinity Edges actually being rushed on Caitlyn. Typically see more of those Bloodthirsters, Tier 2 boots, and a few Dorans. But, I mean, it's working for Meadow X. I mean, he's 0-0-1. He did a really good Ezreal game last round with pretty much the same build as well. And now look at him just solo pushing this top.
It kind of worked better in game 1 because you had that well, drain building beats for like 40 minutes, but you know, it was better for that. But we'll see if that's going to come into play. Wait for it. Kind of waiting for it because I don't think he actually thought he was going to die. Smutaha is actually in a really bad position. Truthfully though, it is Forlorn Lord going to come up from the side. He's going to get the spear and it's going to hit a perfect minion right in between everything. And well, everyone's just going to kind of back away from it. Great job by actually Smutaha though, getting an audacious charge to make sure that he was not in trouble from anything.
Yeah, no kill's going to be going down there, but when you said wait for it, I was like, okay. And then I realized you're actually talking about the player. So, yeah. Early morning Jester, OP, yeah. 4-3, this tower will be dropping, so Kerp, hey, he couldn't get the bot, so instead he's going to grab that top. Still is going to be able to farm up a little bit. Has himself those cannons ready to go, as it does look like a little bit of a Dragon Dance is going to be starting. Forlorn Lord's going to get chunked down a little bit. We do got that ward, maybe looking for the steal. There goes the cannons as well, only really going to catch Fruit and Graves, but good knock-up going down. Look at that static Shiv come out as well. Do we have double static Shiv? Yeah, Gangplank is there because he used that teleport. I was going to say, how did he get down? But it will be the Dragon for them and the kill on top of Smutaha. Really good exchange for the ElobLade. Low hit points on the Graves as well as the Lux, and kind of a little bit over half here for Wait For It. So I think they definitely got the better end of the deal there.
Yeah. For sure, for truthfulness, you know, ElobLade just kind of pushed them in the lead, and it's really a repeat of that second game.
It's too early in the morning for big words, Bird.
I'm trying to say it. Recognitionist. Okay, I'm trying to make up words like what was it? I saw in the chat room. Oh my gosh, too early, man. Too early. 7 o'clock in the morning. It's another 17-hour game. We're gonna get there, guys. Just not right now, guys. I'm sorry. 10% awake. We'll get there.
They just actually showed us the gold there from Medroid, and believe it or not, Lulu actually pulling ahead in terms of gold by a pretty decent amount. Other than that, it's pretty universally in ElobLade's favor. Pretty much every lane except that support role is just that much farther ahead. Despite the fact, again, that we are down in CS on the Gangplank, he does have 3 kills to his name, and that is more than enough to put him ahead of that Jace.
Yeah, especially with the static Shiv. I mean, Avers played, well, before becoming a static Shiv, was giving him a little bit extra gold with each kill as well. So overall, gameplay shouldn't be super powerful. Really interesting to see that he didn't actually build up to Ninja Tabi early, and really interesting also as well, he's not actually building up to Warwick's early as well, since he is going to that crit flank, tank flank kind of style. But yeah, we'll see and wait for it. It's gonna take a lot of added damage, but then again, it's Jace, and once you get into melee range with Jace, it's never a fun time.
Yeah, he's just going to look for one more parlay. My goodness, the damages. Ace in the hole will be enough. It will. Wait for it. Is going to be dropping. Really nice combo coming out from Kerp as well as Meadow X right there. And that's going to be putting the second kill on the board for Caitlyn. She has herself that Zeal. 20 minutes just passed, so we might actually be able to see a Phantom Dancer in the next few moments. But it's going to be this Lux getting caught out in the jungle. That looks like a double ultimate. It is the Stranglethorns as well as the cannons. Cannons making some really good strides into the damage, but look at the double shield landing on top of Graves with that wild growth as well as just the additional Lulu shield. Now we do got Forlorn just kind of pushing them off out of this, looking maybe for the kill on top of Smutaha. It will be Meadow X being able to find him. We don't have that ace in the hole, but wasting out a flash. I don't think he remembered that he had red buff, but still, kill secured. Once again, ElobLade coming out ahead in those exchanges.
Yeah, definitely, and we do skip to live again. That's a little interesting to see. Biggest thing that was good for Premadeaha, they protected the Graves and they made sure that Graves stayed alive. Only thing is they really didn't disengage from it super well, and unfortunately Smutaha still gave up a few kills. And now ElobLade possibly going to be thinking about Baron. I hope not, because that's the way you can throw the game, but yeah, it's a possibility. Otherwise, yeah, they're probably just going to be pushing up the turret and making sure that they can get the win really safely and securely.
You know what? You know what? Mr. Lord, if we actually end the game with that score, I am just going to be tickled pink.
He's a 0-0.
He's 0-0-0. At least he's not throwing the game with multiple deaths like we saw in game number 1, but still, 0-0-0. I've only ever seen one game completed where a carry was 0-0-0, and it wasn't League of Legends.
Metal X going down right quickly off of that. Great job from the burst. Finally, Lux actually did something in the game to literally get some baggage over there. Smutaha is going to go really low. And trying to go in and engage on that. Does get catched up from the Lux blind, and we do see some Pilter on there. But Lux is not going to be able to finish that kill. And yeah, the biggest thing that has been happening for ElobLade, they've been catching out the Lux really well, and it's always been a man down whenever they actually go to a really good engagement. So Smutaha really has to work on that, and hopefully they can protect their teammates a little bit better. But overall, those spears, those awesomeness of the gameplay ults as well. I mean, I don't want to see any spears and cannon barrages on my face.
Woo! Wait for it getting chunked pretty low there. He's going to have to head on and heal up, but this means that we're going to have a good pressure push here on top of this inhibitor tower. Probably going to be going down. I want to say it's going to go down, but at the same time, you know, we're able to show a little bit of muscle there. Pre-made, not going to give it up, but still 4,000 gold ahead for the ElobLade, 8-4. A few dragons in their pocket as well, and just some really good placements of ultimates, but I can't say the same for Lord's spears. He hasn't really landed a kill with them yet.
He's done a lot of damage. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Yeah, lots of damage, tons of damage if you actually build up to a Triforce, but he's AP Nidalee, and well, AP Nidalee just does one big burst of damage and says, can you stop hitting me, please? Yeah, thanks.
Stop. Yeah, kind of like that. Scara style. Please no, please no, please no.
Team is so big, what? Team is here tomorrow big.
Pretty much. Oh, FourCourtJester actually going to get caught. Is going to flash out of the laser. That's going to be the laser down. Ace in the hole coming out with the Stranglethorns. It will be FourCourtJester finally putting a kill on that board. And really good capitalization right there. Fruit going to be dropping as well. That static shiv proven to be a really good pickup there for that crit plank. And I will go with that as well with that Atmas. So a little bit tanky, a lot of crit. That will be the tower. Going to try to grab the kill on top of FourCourtJester, but not quite there for wait for it. Inhibitor is going to be dropping. Spears are going to be flying. And geez, that Graves just absolutely chunked. Has to get on out of dodge. Wait for it. Really wants to engage upon this, but unfortunately just does not have the health for it. And that will be the inhibitor turret at 25 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, the static shift just proc off, hit Graves, and Graves does go down and back away from it. Going back in, he's going to think about actually trying to get a kill and going right back out because he took like 75% health from that too. So, Kerp showing off again, doing some really good job, but overall I think the game, ElobLade has done a perfect kind of push, kind of everything going out for them. Nidalee finally get a kill on the board, getting an assist on the board as well. Build up to the Surf and Brace, that's a death cap. Good amount of damage coming out from Nidalee coming in soon. We do have a Infinity Edge on both the 80 carries. We do have a Twin Shadows on that Zyra, so there you go with that. Although unfortunately for not, I feel like ElobLade is probably going to be winning out in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Actually, fortunately for us because I technically want to eat, but yeah, Smutaha, Premadeaha, I don't know what they can really do. Jace has enough damage though, could kind of turn it around. Zen could do a pretty good tankiness, but he's building into a Aegis plus on top of that maybe a Warmugs or some Fire Cape or something like that. I mean, as long as they can stay alive, Smutaha can do a lot of good things. But if they get poked down from even one spear, there's no team fight that's going to happen. It's Smutaha just going to have to back away and just give out more position to ElobLade.
Mr. ElobLade looking good to get into this 2-1 situation so they can go right up to the top 8. And that means that they will also secure themselves a trip to Poland. So, you know, there is a lot riding on this game for both teams because this is, I think, the first time an EU East team has actually really put forth a big contender to get into that top 8. So there's also a lot of hope riding on them from their home region. But looking at that Sheen now added to the Phage on top of our Gangplank, looking for that Trinity Force fairly soon. And yeah, Twin Shadows. Usually don't see it that often. More, I see it actually in the 3v3 map, but look at wait for it. Just getting absolutely dominated. Stranglethorn's not going to go off. The cannon's just barely slowing them down, but it is going to be enough for Aranea to get in there with the lightning bolts. So a kill, a tower, and still this pushing pressure. It is looking good for ElobLade, but we've said this before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, ElobLade could kind of toss this around, but I don't think they're going to be able to do it this time. Truthfully, ElobLade pushed up and did a really good kind of team comp, but it's all really centric on this kind of just poke, heavy poke, and there was no real big answer. But the other big thing was they sat on, literally crashed on this Lux the whole time, and Lux could not do anything, and literally during the whole game, only getting that one great final spark slash finale Bukin, and yeah, that was about it. There's nothing else that they could really do with the team. We do see an engagement, and this could be a good thing, and not really, because Kerp is going to be around say, oh hey, I feel like I'm going to get some good kills. Smutaha is going to try to chase down on the backline, but Smutaha is just going to get guided around and to see if they can challenge onto MetalX, but MetalX is not going to go down. It is Aranea going to pick up on the Zen, and unfortunately for Night, Tread check is going to get picked up from MetalX. Gate Game's probably going to be going out right now. Do hit the clicks, and the Nexus turrets are going down.
14-4 ElobLade, and some really good form in that last. I really do like that Static Shiv Gangplank combo. Definitely brought a lot of flavor to the game. But game number 3, congratulations ElobLade, making it to the top 8. They're going to be going to Poland, and unfortunately we are going to be saying goodbye to the Premadeaha, Smutaha. I'm gonna miss saying aha after every word.
Oh my gosh, Premadeaha. Oh my gosh, Premade. Good games, truthfully, overall. Game 1 was one of the best, but yeah, unfortunately for that, I just could not finish it up. We're gonna go into another game pretty soon. I think it's in about an hour, or maybe 30 minutes?
Should be in about 25 minutes.
Oh man, so there you go with that. I'm gonna go probably do some setups and stuff and keep myself awake.
Go, eat, breathe, rejuvenate, Mr. Bird, so you can come